Yeah, man. Do you have
Somebody says, "Do you like Pokemon?"
do you or
I do. Yeah, I love Pokemon.
nice.
I used to collect Pokemon cards.
I
Definitely.
I am not I don't hate Pokemon, but I'm not a Pokemon kind of guy.
Mm.
I'm like a Call of Duty kind of guy.
Classic,
But
classic. True,
yeah,
true.
yeah. Um, Jess Pack asked, "This is random Sakai. This is random, but Sakai. But as a kid, when you played Hero in Heroes, did you get noticed on the streets? If not, when was the moment you were recognized on the streets? Same question to you. When was the first time you noticed when you were noticed on the streets?
I don't think I've ever been noticed on the streets as like, oh, it's the guy.
It's
Like,
the
yeah,
hero guy.
it's that he played a young hero when he was like 9.
It happened to me recently,
Oh,
which is crazy. I just finished working out at a park and I went to a sandwich shop and I had my mask on and my buddy and I were ordering sandwiches. And this guy comes up, this young kid, like maybe in his 20s. He
mm.
goes, he's like, Johnny. I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, I don't know this guy. I'm like, hey. He's like, Johnny Young. He's like, you're crypto. And I was like, but I was like fully masked up. And I was like, I don't know how he knew. But
Yeah, that's impressive.
I was like, yeah, man, what's up, dude? And then, you know, took pictures with him and it was
Nice.
really cool. That was a really cool thing to see. And, maybe we'll get to experience it at the convention sometime soon. But
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Maybe. Everybody's like, oh, it's Johnny. Who's that? Who's that next to him?
No,
I'm like,
no,
hey
no.
guys.
um,
See.
oh, yeah, it's all the sirens are on my end. Have any good ones? Or,
Looking through, looking through.
yeah.
I mean, this one's like pretty like broad and overarching, but like I
Mm.
guess like some people asked about like any advice you'd give to people like just starting off kind of thing.
Oh, that's good. That's a great question. Would you like to start?
Ooh, I mean, I guess, huh? Like both take it. This but I would say both take it really seriously and not too seriously,
Mm-hmm.
which is like very contradicting. But I think, um, like put in the work. It's like Johnny said, like no, like nobody's. I mean, very few people are just overnight sensations. It's a lot of hard work and continuous work. I mean, like I'm still, like working a day job and like auditioning and like things like that. It's like commit like know that there's going to be a grind and really like put yourself into that, but also, have fun. Like why are you going into it if you're not gonna like have fun and have a fulfilling life outside of acting too.
That's such a
That's
that's such a big one, I think. Man, when I was your age, man, I was so crazy. Like I was I think everything I feel like you have like such a good head on your shoulders, especially at your age cuz when I was your age, I was a nutball, dude. So like I was so determined I needed to do this and I was overly serious. I was way too serious. Um and the intensity just kind of was I think was probably off-putting, and I wanted to be like the best, and I had a chip on my shoulder, and like Sakai said, I think taking it you do have to take it seriously because it's like every day when you're on set, they're wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you don't want to like show up and not know your lines and not hit your marks and things like that. But again, like what Sakai said, you're telling a story, and so you want to have fun. This is what you've always wanted to do, and so you want to. It's a fine balance of be prepared, but also enjoy what you have around you, and enjoy the moment because it's gonna go just like that. And um, you know, gosh, man, there have been times where I told my stream this the other day where on Friday night I'm supposed to go out with my friends, and I'm like halfway through dinner and having drinks, and I get an audition. I'm like, guys, I have to go. Like, I gotta go, and I go. I go home. I work on it. There's a sacrifice, but again, I think the key is like what Sakai said is also have a life, because I think that fulfilling life brings you happiness outside of acting, because acting can be very stressful with lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of disappointments, lots of moments of joy, but it's so erratic and you cannot predict it. It's just not in your hands. So having a fulfilling life outside is, I think, key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like sometimes I wish I would like take my advice and like hear it, because like I like there's like so many moments where you just like oh just like hyper focusing on like oh the audition like when's the next one coming, things
Yeah.
like that. It
Yeah.
comes and goes really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking through chat, I'm just gonna answer like a few like random like quick things
Yeah. Yeah.
that I like will answer.
Please.
Somebody's asked if I've seen Over the Garden Wall. I have not. I've heard really good things. Um, I will definitely get to it. Somebody said somebody was asking if we could say happy birthday to somebody named Ryan. Happy birthday, Ryan,
Happy
and
birthday,
everybody whose
Ryan.
birthday it is. um, see. What partner Pokemon do I think Min and Ryan would have? Um, I I have no idea, but my favorite Pokemon is Palpitoad. I love Palpitoad. He's so goofy.
My favorite one is Squirtle. Squirtle.
Squirtle.
Squirtle. Squirtle. I can't do
With the
it.
sunglasses. Oh, so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, we'll answer a few more. We'll chat a little bit longer. We're
Yeah.
closing in on our 2 hour mark. So
Mhm.
where's the love for Charmander? Squirtle Squad, baby. Squirtle Squad. Squirtle.
Water power.
Water power. Let's do a couple more.
Yeah. Look through, see if there's any
Mm-hmm.
solid ones.
Favorite color? I don't know. Black, teal. I
I
don't
like
know.
black, blue.
Blue. There you go. If you don't have, do you have any more questions? Still
I
looking
think
through?
a lot of them were like really like similar questions to ones we asked. I mean, I have one question that I'd love to like ask you. Is
Please.
kind of like is like what was your like acting like training like?
Oh,
Like
okay.
I was like I've been a little curious.
Oh yeah, great question. I started off with Strasbourg, so that's the first school
Mhm.
I've ever went to. Again, guys, chat. This is super nerdy theater actor talk, but um, I started at Strasbourg because I found out that Pacino's teacher was Lee Strasberg, and so the method. I started with the method, and then from there, I read books on like Chekhov, Stanislavski, Uta Hagen. I saw videos of Uta Hagen, and then I went to Korea, kind of dabbled here and there. When I came back, I went into Jesus, I'm blanking right now. I also went to the actor studio because the Strasbourg school was attached to the actor studio, and so there was a Tiffany Theater on Sunset, which is gone now, but at the time they'd throw up plays, and I took class with Martin Landau and Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel was there. Those are the two teachers. If you guys don't know who Harvey Keitel is, watch Pulp Fiction. He's he's there. He's in all the Quentin Tarantino movies. Um, and Martin Landau is a great actor. So I did that. I wanted to learn everything. So I wanted to devour every technique. Miser, repetition, 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 and then
Yeah.
and the sense memory, the coffee cup, and and then I, uh, and then from there I went to, uh, gosh, I'm trying to think here. I went to one of my managers ended up. Oh, I went to Halle Berry's acting coach. Um, oh gosh, Ivana Chubbuck. I went to Chubbuck's for about 6 months, and then
Hmm.
I scoped out a bunch of schools in New York, and I was maybe gonna go to the Tisch program with the actor studio there, but then I ended up not going because I ended up getting really like pneumonia or something, and it was coughing up blood. It was crazy.
Whoa.
So I ended up coming back and I went to London and I checked out RADA and Lambda. Um,
Oh, that's awesome.
I
Wow.
just well, I mean, I didn't like get to but I just was scoping it out a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I came back to LA, and then I went to Leslie Kahn's, who's a comedy sitcom specialist. Amazing. That's where I learned all the script analysis. She knows what she's talking about. Um, a funny story here. So off of this, but to deviate, but like Leslie Kahn like teaches like she doesn't promote, but every working actor on television, any working actor on television or in film, like half of them are hers. And I remember, do you know who Jordana Brewster is?
Dana
Jordana
Brewster. Wait, that
Brewster,
name sounds so familiar.
she plays Vin Diesel's sister, younger sister in Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
And so I had a huge crush on her when I was a young kid, and it was like my first month of like the intensive workshop, and then at the very end, like she springs on like a surprise audition, and that day we're like, oh, we're kind of like, oh my god, I was kind of taken like off guard. And I was like, I got this. And I was kind of go over into the script because it's like a surprise audition. You have to like kind of like on the fly sort of navigate your way through this surprise audition, and we all had to write our names down on like who's gonna go first, second, third. I think I was like third, and then like I remember my friends going in and out, and I didn't know what to expect. But I walked in the door, I thought it was just gonna be the coach. It was the coach, the whole class, and then I saw Jordana Brewster in the corner, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I was like, "Ha! Ha!" And then internally, of course, and I started immediately sweating. I started getting really hot, and then everything that I thought, all the choices I made on the page, I couldn't stop like tracking her, and I was like, she's there, she's there. I completely bombed the scene. I was completely just reading off the script, not even making eye contact, did not make any choices. I completely just read the script, bombed it, walked out, went into the bathroom, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God,
Oh
oh my
my
God,
god.
oh my God. So that happened. And then, so I went to Leslie Kahn's for like 3 years, and then I studied at John Rosenfeld, and then the late Stan Kershew passed away, unfortunately, but they all had the similar technique of script analysis breaking down. What about you?
Oh, first of all, that's so cool. That's so cool. Like, just I think one of the best qualities, like for like another like an actor, is just like that hunger to learn and like
Mm-hmm.
pick up things, and like love to hear that. I mean, I definitely had like went to like acting classes as a kid, like youth acting classes, in LA, and then I went to, Michigan. Just did everything at that point was kind of like willy nilly. Didn't really get into any technique stuff until college. I actually went to NYU, and
Hey,
through the Tisch program. Yeah,
hey.
yeah. If only he didn't get pneumonia. But yeah, and I went to a school called Atlantic Theater Company, which is the school that David Mamet opened up, and the technique there is very it's like everything method is, it isn't like this.
Okay.
It's like this is the complete opposite
How so? Just
spectrum.
out of curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like I haven't learned too much about method, but like a lot of it is a lot of it's entirely rooted in script analysis
Mm-hmm.
and the idea of like you're not becoming your character or
Mm-hmm.
like like it's just you like say it makes it extremely technical
Right.
more than it does um kind of like make it emotional. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about like leaving like things at the door and then just like well, at least like what in the book that like we had to read for school, what Mamet said, David Mamet
Oh
said
yeah.
was that like it was like acting is just another trade. Like anybody
Right.
can learn it, like things like that. It makes it very like technical. I don't necessarily know if I entirely believe like all the things that he like says about it, and I
Same.
don't know if I
Same.
entirely
Same.
yeah, same. Yeah, definitely would connect to all the things and that I learned there, but it's so deeply rooted in the text and like script analysis, and you're given everything you need from like the text,
Mm.
which is really fascinating. I think um, that was at the time definitely what I needed. I think I didn't really have much of a anything to grab onto when I was acting. Like I feel like my auditions like now like my college auditions were very like willy-nilly, loosey-goosey, not really thinking too much about it. So that really grounded me. So I was there doing the training there for 3 years, and then for my last year of college, I went to um, Stone Street Studios, which is also connected to NYU, but it's also a thing on its own, which teaches like screen acting. Um, so I had like classes there that were like about like script writing and like cinematography, and one class in voice acting, which was taught by this casting director called Jen Sukup, which is like she's great. And like that was sort of my like first foray into like any knowing anything about like I knew about voice acting, of course, voice acting exists, but like kind of like demystifying the whole thing. Um, and then so I was in that the Tisch for 4 years, graduated. Um, I took another voiceover class around the time I got landed Infinity Train,
Nice.
which was like really nice. So that was like a purely voiceover like class that I actually got. It was actually a really cool connection because like my teacher was like, oh, like if you want to be an assistant, like you can like come um and like do like some like assistant work and then take the class for free, which I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I would definitely jump on that. So I did that. Um and then after that just the pandemic hit and haven't been back to class, but I signed up for a class starting in June, and then I like once things open up, I just want to keep like after having been in a learning environment for your entire life, you're just in school, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a little it gets a little tiring, but then like you step away from it and you're like, oh, I actually need to go back to learning. There's so much out there that I just don't know or like haven't discovered yet, and that's sort of like been propelling me to like want to sign up for more classes once like things like start opening up, which is hopefully soon. Things are looking up.
Things are looking up here in America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately. That's awesome, man. I mean, you got that hunger. That's what you need. And yeah, I was thinking about that too. I might get back into it and give it one more go. But yeah, dude. Yeah, do you want to? I mean, unless you have any more questions. Um,
Um, not. I don't think on the Twitter thread. I think we got through
yeah.
pretty much everything on the Twitter thread, which is really cool. Any on your side?
My buddy YG is like, might? Nah, we making it happen. He's a filmmaker, and we've been talking about like, and like, I love that's what I love about my friends, like through Twitch and you know through the pandemic, I met so many friends. I never had friends, Asian American friends who were filmmakers or actors until now.
Mm.
I had one, and now it's so great to have them. You're surrounded by them because they're like, nah, shut up, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
They're like, oh, I love that.
Yeah. But yeah,
They're
man.
like, you can't complain about it because we lived through it too.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. But it was such a pleasure having you, my man. It's so much fun.
Thank you for having me. It was I looked forward to this. It was so cool to be able to talk to everybody too,
Yeah, dude.
and getting to see you again for like the first time in like 2 years.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and hopefully maybe we'll have Owen and other people on next time, and it'd be we could, and then maybe we can talk about the process on their end and things like that. But yeah, man, this has been great, and please keep in contact. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, dude, this has been fun.
Yeah.
But thank you, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining. I mean, so many people showed up. It was like 200 plus people, 250, 70, something like that.
Yeah, so many. I was like, is this just
It's crazy,
insanity? I was
dude.
like, oh my
So
goodness.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, they're all here for you because they don't show up for me on my streams, right, folks? Yeah, you're not here for me. I'm just joking.
You gotta show up for him.
No. But we have a lot of fans here, so yeah, dude, it's been awesome. Let's do this again sometime, and let's game sometime.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
I'm always on stream. I'd love to have you.
Carry me in Apex.
Hey, man. I'll carry you in Apex, and then you can carry me in Smash when I get the new Switch.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Perfect.
Cool, brother. I appreciate it, my man.
All right. Great talking to you, dude.
Great talking to you, man. Take care.
Take care.